They play on the earth, on the ground, and they like the earth, the ground, the dirt, the soil, sand. Why do I like this action of the children playing on the dirt, on the soil? Because within the earth there is simplicity, humbleness, perseverance, absorption of whatever occurs on top of it. And Rasulullah ﷺ liked those qualities and characteristics and stated that a person who humbles himself, ajizi, this is that Allah has sent me wahi, revelation, and in the wahi He has told me that all people, what do they need to do? They need to observe these characteristics. Subhanallah. And this is the hadith of Muslim, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me wahi and said that all people should observe these great characteristics to this extent, these habits to this extent, that nobody should remain who has pride within him. Everyone should observe humility. Humility to this extent that nobody should remain who is proud in the society. So we will continue, but from here we can take heed and the lesson that what is the foundation of deen? The foundation of our deen is on humility. And in opposition to humility is qibr, takabbur, pride. So a person, if he doesn't have humility, sincerity, modesty, then he cannot be successful. Look at shaitan, the river here, that all of the qualities that you create within you, you can fill yourself with all of the qualities that you can imagine, all of the things that can come within you, but the smell will not be finished. You will stay like that within. Doesn't matter what you do, become an abid. You can become an abid or whatever. But until and unless, if within you, you don't have the balance and the humility and sincerity and modesty, you cannot be the insan, the true human being. So this is the first habit of the children that Allah's Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave us the lesson, that they were playing on the dirt, the soil, and Rasulullah explained that the children are playing on the soil, the earth, and their habits are like the earth, and I love this habit. And then we had the second part of the hadith where during the day the children play all day long on the sand, on the dirt. They construct and manufacture houses or castles or houses from the dirt and the sand. Then in the evening as the sun is setting, the children, they forget and leave everything there. And they go back home and they lie down in the laps of their mothers. This was the second habit, wasn't it? Which Rasulullah ﷺ mentioned and loved. So what did we learn from this second habit? In this beautiful habit, there were two realities that came in front of us. One was about life and one was about the dunya, about the world that we live in. That when a person's passing away, the example of this hadith where Rasulullah gave the example, the children, they ran and the day had passed and the sun had set, the same way the sun will set on our lives. And what is the reality of this dunya? What do we do for this dunya? What do we do with this dunya? We are running after the dunya, assets, construction, homes and houses upon houses, and ease and comfort and luxury we want to attain and hoard and stack up, and we get distressed in the world due to these things. But when the time comes, the sun starts to set and the life expires, then he leaves everything in the world and nothing is taken with him. Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu anha narrated that only that person will collect the dunya more than what is necessary. Only that individual will do that who has no wisdom and aql and understanding. This is the hadith. So Hazrat Aisha radhiyallahu anha said that only that person, even though he's got brain and share together, in their hearts they have no envy, they have no greed, they have no hatred, nor are they jealous of the other person's money, nor do they think that, we'll squeeze our money and not share with anyone, nor do they look at somebody else and hate the person's status. Rather, within the children, they have total, that the experience and the factor of sharing, of assisting, of helping. And this is a great, great basis and foundation of the deen. What a great akhlaq habit that Rasulullah has explained in this third habit, that the whole of the deen of Islam has been wrapped up nicely in one example and presented to us. This one sifat, one quality we've got. Put all of your ibadah to the side and a person gets elevated. Rasulullah said, I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this. For days, Rasulullah in his home, food would not be cooked. And if suddenly or somehow one day food was cooked, or dish was cooked, or bread came to the house of Rasulullah, then what was the blessed habit of Rasulullah? He would get the dish the curry and put the bread on top of it into the dish, and he'd walk around outside his home, and he would knock on the doors and tell people, is there anyone who don't know if there's somebody who believes or disbelieves? And Rasulullah would present first the explanation that I have come, I am Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and I haven't come here for tabligh or to preach to you or to explain to you. Today food was cooked in our home, and I thought that come, you also partake of this meal with me. Subhanallah. In that example is his body. The body will not leave you. The body will only leave you when you pass away. Otherwise, even if you're ill or if you're extremely exhausted, the body is still with you, assisting you. What a brilliant example. You couldn't even think about this. And it stated that the Muslim, his attachment and relationship with another Muslim is just like the body with the person. The body never in any way, in no condition, in no situation or circumstance, can you imagine that your body will leave you, will it? So can we ever imagine that we leave a person who's in need? Assistance? Our brothers, our fellow brethren? Sisters, in our society today, in communities, somebody's got extreme issues. He's dying of poverty or hunger, no clothes, nothing to drink. Has got the fees to pay for the hospital. Not one story. Let's go into the society. This is the story within the Muslim countries, societies and nations. And what is our basis and foundation? Is mutual engagement, mutual assistance, helping each other out, looking after each other, affection and love for each other. And what kind of Muslims are we? If we don't have akhlaq within our lives, if we don't elevate our akhlaq, then iman is of no value at all. And all of these losses and deficiencies are there within our community. Why do you suppress the name of Islam? Islam does not promote miserly people and stingy people and niggly people. Spend on the society. Look at the beautiful hadith of Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa radhiyallahu anha, that despite this, our noble Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, despite all of this, if a person thinks that he will save more than necessary, then he cannot be a person of wisdom. He doesn't have understanding. How can somebody say that he has got intellect when he doesn't listen to the advice of Rasulullah? That what hikmah and advice is my Nabi giving to us? May Allah Ta'ala give us the ability to do amal and practice on these three nasiha, advice, and inshallah if our life remains till the next week.